Hey guys, I'm here with another episode of walking you through my mental process when I play video games. Now, this has been what works for me. A lot of people find this useful, so I'm just putting this out there in the public so more people can utilize it. So, what I do is I section off the map into like three areas in the back of my head. I have the safe area, the unknown area, and the danger zone. And so in the back of my head, instantly what I do is I generate a progression system for the map based on learning, based on what the other team has set up, and I just scale the difficulty level from there. So safe is the easiest, unknown is a little bit more dangerous, and then the actual red danger zone, that's going to be the most contested points of the map. That's going to be the final end goal. So what I do is I denote this with a color scheme. I copy something off of traffic lights, green for go, yellow for caution, red for stop. Keep it pretty simple, and as you progress through this timeline where it's green, yellow, red, you transition, you want to think about communicating more in each step up. So in the safe zone, the things that we know, this is things that we go into the round already having knowledge on, things that our team has talked about. These are going to be ideas that we bring in at the beginning rather than the stuff that we come up with, and that's going to be where I leave the unknown. That's where I give all the yellow zones. That's the mid-rounding to me. That's the things we learn as the round progresses. And so what this does is it lets us shift our perspective as the round goes on. We don't just have one static check at the beginning of the round on what we're thinking mentally as a team. We have a dynamic flow through the round as we transition from green to yellow to red. And that red is going to be things the other team knows. And this is going to be countering our green zones and our yellow zones, our safe zones. The red is basically where you should be communicating the most with your team, playing the most with your team, and basically expecting a guaranteed other presence from the other team. So the green, we've talked about it, it's the known. The yellow, the unknown, could be both safe or dangerous. And then the danger zone, I always just call that contested. The danger zone is just the end all be all for contention zones. That's going to be where you're in direct fights. You don't really have an option around it. So the things we know, some examples are going to be our team's strategy, our team's economy, the map control that our team talks about going into the round. And as you scale up from like lower ranks to higher ranks and higher ranks to teams, and as your team gets more competitive, these kind of have higher and higher standards. And so it's nice to have an understanding when you're in the more basic stages of learning CS. The yellow areas are going to be the choke point and the enemy economy, as well as the utility and grenades that they're about to throw at you. So it's easy to think about the game from your perspective. It's a lot different to think about it from the enemy's perspective. And from that area especially, we get site execs and post plants. Those are going to be the contention points at the end of the round. Those are going to be the fights, the guaranteed fights. So you want to watch out for that and just communicate with your team as much as you can in those times to make sure it's the safest environment for you and just remove the risk.